عهد جديد لتحديد الهوية باستخدام التعريف التكنولوجي للمعلومات. From Germany to USA. والآن مع كلمة من السيدة جودي توركلسون، وهي أخصائي الإقليم من شركة Metalcraft. هي شركة رائدة في مجال الصفات الذكية في جميع المجالات. Welcome Mrs. Jodi.
Hello. Thank you for OG Tech for inviting me. I am very, very excited to be in Egypt. I come from Iowa in the United States. My company, again, name is Metalcraft. We were founded in 1950, and we're in Mason City, Iowa. We've got about 100 employees. I know a lot of people here have been to the United States. Has anybody been to Iowa? I don't think. We have one person who's been to Iowa. Well, I put this on the map in case people didn't know where Iowa was. We're there in the northern part of the United States. And Iowa has 4 seasons: spring, winter, summer, and fall. And summer is very beautiful. This is the Metalcraft office building. In the summer, we're located on the edge of Mason City, which is about 30,000 people. And in Iowa, when you drive out of town, this is what you're going to see in the summertime. It's primarily farmland. And really, throughout Iowa, this is what you'll see. It's absolutely beautiful, 1,000 shades of green. The wintertime is another story. This is the Metalcraft building that was taken just this winter with the snow. And actually, about 1 month ago, we had one of the worst blizzards that I've ever witnessed, and I've lived in Iowa my entire life. Does anybody see the door to the building? Look at that. It snowed like crazy. It never stopped. I didn't think the snow was ever going to stop. So they went a little bit further down the building, and the drift wasn't as high, so they decided to dig out that door first. So I really wanted to share the stories about the weather because everybody has asked me since I've been here, so I'm glad I put that in. Now, I'm going to talk about Metalcraft now. Our compass is actually our vision and our mission statement, and it's comprised of 3 statements, which are: why do we exist, how are we unique, and what do we do? Why do we exist? We thrive on challenges and make the complex simple. So you can bring me a challenging project and think that you don't have an answer for your identification requirement, and we'll do whatever we can to get the best tag for you and try to make it simple in the process. How are we unique? And our mission is to understand our customers' ID applications even better than they do to deliver a superior customer experience. How many times have you ordered something and when you got it, it isn't what you were expecting? We don't want that to ever happen to anybody when they order from Metalcraft, so that's why that is our how statement. What do? We inspire our customers to unleash the power of their data using the most effective ID technology. When I talk about ID technology, I'm referring to whether you use RFID or barcode. The second part of our compasses we have 6 values: member owner, customer centric, profitable growth, operational excellence, integrity, and citizenship. Metalcraft really cares about their employees. We care about the customers. We care about the community that we live in. Of course, we want to make a little bit of money in the process, so we have a value to maintain a profitable growth. We want to make the most efficient use of our equipment and our processes. I mentioned that we were founded in 1950. We weren't making RFID since 1950. Before 1950, we worked on non-RFID identification products. And that picture is just a sampling of many of the products that we do. those products can be used for barcode, asset tracking, serial number, OEM labels, information, warning, anything where you need a custom label, custom printed label. And our products are produced per the customer's requirement. So it's kind of funny how many people, when they call us and they want to buy something, they think that we just have a full stock of labels on the shelf and all we do is print them. So that's not what we do. We make them all from scratch. And how do we do that? We have many different materials. Look at all those different rolls. That's how the label starts. So we've got polyester, polypropylene, we've got destructible material, we've got polycarbonate, and we start with that. Then we add the adhesive, and we've got different kinds of adhesive, and those are also designed to work with the customer's requirement. And of course the inlays to make the RFID tag. And we primarily use, we can use almost any inlay. Just depends on if we have it in stock or not. If we don't have it in stock, of course, we have to outsource or get it. And we take all this material, and it is really hard for me to just stand here. All of this white material and the adhesives, they're put on these different spindles, and you can see how they're wound around. And then they're pushed through. And then later on down the line is where they're die cut. And it first starts out with a custom printed image, which is digitally printed, subsurface printed. A lot of people don't understand that. I didn't include a picture of the clear material because, well, it's clear. But we start out with clear and we print on the back of it before we add all the white material. And that's what makes the printed image very durable. The manufacturing equipment that we use, it's not something that you can just call up a manufacturer and say, hey, ship me one of these next week. We put months and years into planning and developing and deciding what we needed to do and what we needed that would help make the product that the customer needs in the most efficient way. We can do UHF, HF, and NFC. The custom programming is, it's more than just a serial number. If you need a special algorithm, we can do that. We keep the number history because we know that serial number duplication in asset tracking or almost any project is really a no-no. And the association file, you can see that red arrow up in the corner. What we do is we keep that number on file, and as we're programming, we capture the TID. So we put that together into a file, and we keep that printed number plus the TID. So that way we always have a number history of the tag that was programmed. We do testing on our tags, whether it be read range or durability. We don't have a huge lab, but we are able to do some testing. So any testing that we've done, we publish on our product sheets. And for the RFID read ranges, it's, again, impossible to test the RFID in every single situation to know what read range it will get. So we use an anechoic chamber, and that will give the theoretical read range. I really don't like to tell people what a read range is because it can vary so much depending on the reader, the power setting, the surface that the tag is applied to. I'm going to talk about Metalcraft's products now. RFID access control, one of our big sellers is the windshield tag. Does anybody recognize that one? Right. So the windshield tag, we started out making that as a polyester label, and that kind of turned out to be too durable. So we started making it from a destructible material, We added slits around the perimeter of it to make it more destructible. We changed the adhesive to make the adhesive one that sticks better to glass. We have the rear view mirror hang tag. That's, I'm sure everybody has seen those. They hook on the rear view mirror. They can be reused and removed. And we can do two-side printing on those. Our universal products are the products that we developed to work on metal surfaces, but they also work on non-metal. And when I say EU universal, that means it's specifically tuned to the European frequencies of 865 to 868. We have another version of the universal tag. It's a little bit smaller profile. Doesn't get as good of a read range as the larger tag, but it's still, it's been very popular as well. Our standard RFID tag, to me, that's almost too simple of a word. It's basically just a sticker, but we've added stronger adhesive, and we've added a more durable printed image. So this is something that, even though could possibly be printed on site, we offer a custom pre-printed image for the extra durability. And we can do different inlays in different sizes. So even though it says standard RFID, it's customizable. It's the same story with the hang tag. We've got a picture here, but we can do different sizes, different inlays. We can even do different shaped hole at the top. And that's, of course, you don't use adhesive to attach that. You would use a zip tie or some sort of other mechanical method. The Flex Hard Tag is similar to a hang tag, just a little bit thicker, and it's just designed to give that inlay a little bit more protection. It's very popular for containers or crates, pallets. Again, it's just a little thicker, so, and it's a little bit more flexible, so you're not really damaging the inlay if you bend it, but it's just a little more durable than the standard tag because of its thickness. The server rack tag is you peel it off of the liner, and then you fold. It's divided into thirds. You fold it in half, two of the sections in half, and then that leaves just one sticky section, and that kind of leaves an offset. So it can be used on metal surfaces as long as you don't mind that there's a little bit of a flag sticking off the asset. And it is used for a lot of IT applications. The RFID bail tag, that is, of course, it's popular in Iowa. Well, no, because Iowa only has a population of about 3 million people, so RFID is really not very big in Iowa. But someday when it takes off, this will be great. The RFID bail tag would be great because it's just a little bit thinner of a hang tag, and it's designed to be attached with a stake. And you're probably wondering, well, how's it different from a hang tag? Well, our hang tags are very durable for long-term use. A bail tag maybe won't be used as long as a fixed asset. So we customized, and we made a different hang tag using thinner, low-cost material because it doesn't need to last as long as a fixed asset tag. The stick and staple tag is another version of our standard RFID tag. It makes a lot of sense, actually, because sometimes the people who are actually using the tags aren't aware of what's inside the tag. So it's basically our standard tag, but we custom printed it to put a staple here on it so people know where to staple it. And it's also a different variation of material and adhesive that's customized to work on a wood surface. Now, all these different products, how do you know which one to choose? And this goes back to our house statement. How are we unique? we ask a lot of questions. We ask, what's the objective? When I hear and when I want to know, or when I ask what the objective is, and somebody tells me that answer, right away that's going to put a product into my head. So, and even the size limitation, that's going to tell me if what they're expecting in terms of size is going to match the objective that they want to meet. So by asking all these questions and customizing a tag, that's going to prevent this this buyer's remorse that you might get when you buy something from Amazon and you didn't think of everything, and you open up that box and you say, oh man, I didn't know it was going to be like this. We don't ever want anybody to have that. Metalcraft tags can be used in many, many different industries and markets, different types of assets. What I hope that I can most convey here is that we customize the tag to suit the project. So what you see in this presentation is not what you get. We can do so much more, but it's not possible to list everything. So I just listed a few markets and different types of applications. Oh, I should have put that up first. So anytime you need a durable label that needs to stay in place for a really long time. Metalcraft has 2 websites. Like I said, we started out not RFID. And our original website was idplate.com. That doesn't tell anybody anything about RFID. So we came up with a second website that's strictly related to RFID, and we called that universalrfid.com. You can see our RFID products on the idplate.com, but the universal RFID is all of it's strictly RFID. Why Metalcraft? Well, we've been working with RFID since 2004, and we built all of those products from the ground up. We've got those standard products that can be customized, again, by changing the size, the inlay, the adhesive, and the high quality and the durability. Does anybody have any questions?